Hello, it's Bosko's Toy Box and I'm back with more toy collectibles. This time I am going to show you a small little lot of random Heroclix and some D&D type of fantasy type of either like minifigs or like pewter figures that one of my friends acquired at a flea market over in Boston when he went over there for the holidays. So to start things off, I am going to show you some random Heroclix, and they're just from different either stories or games or whatever. So I'm not going to dwell too much on them as far as what they're from. I just want to show you what they're like because my friend got these because he knows that I'm into toy photography, and he just thought that they would make for cool toy photos. So here's the first one, and I will zoom in just a little bit there and I'll do a hard focus there. So as you can see, this is a very cool figure that is holding a staff weapon. And again, you know, when I can do when it gets a little bit warmer, I will use these for toy photos, and then I can get some really good detailing in. There's actually a little bit of a shadow on the left side. I'm trying to get it into as much light as possible to show you some of the detailing on some of these. This next one is some kind of starship, and I'll show you see if you can see the guns. Let me see if I can turn it around here. And like a little top. Looks like there's a radar dish and some guns on the top of the ship. And it actually not so much a ship. Now that I'm looking at this closer, as you can see in the back there is a person. So it's like a turret gun. And actually, let's see if we can just go in just a little bit closer for even. There we go. So now we can really see some detailing on this. You can actually see there is some kind of like little radar kind of gun and like a double turret gun there on top of this type of turret gun. And actually we can just see it's called it says, oh, it's actually off camera, I apologize, Hover Bike Squad. So again, I don't know what it's from, but that is pretty cool. Okay. Next one here, it does say, here, I'll tell you the name of this. It says Dwarven Fuser. And let's do a hard focus. There we go. So as you can see, he's got his weapon in his hands and a little bit detailing there with his costume. Yeah, let's turn that around so you can actually kind of see and actually get a little bit closer up. So very cool. And then let's see if we can see a face. Not so much because it's his beard that's kind of in the way, but a very cool figure. Okay, next up we have got, it says Checkmate Medic, and there we go. So very cool figure there in gold and black. And some detailing like with his belt, and it looks like he's got like some kind of item pouch there. So very cool. Okay, next. This one does say Utam Crossbowman. I'm probably not even pronouncing that correctly, but I really don't care. Okay, so as you can see, he's got a crossbow in his hand, and is that a sling? Is that a slingshot in his hand? No, some kind of spiked kind of weapon. There's a slight face on him. You can see eye slits, a nose, and like a mouth. There you go. So very cool. Next up, we have got this, it's actually all scratched off. There is a bottom part here. It says from 2002 WizKids, and that's all. All the information has been scratched off the top. But it is like a winged bat creature, which is very cool, and there you go. So when it gets a hard focus in, and he's on some type of like little rock cliff there, type of perch down there. So very, very cool. And I don't know if he's got a rock in his hand right there, but that is very, very awesome. This one, let's see, it says Wolf's Bane is all it says. And so there you go. So in like a blue and off camera it looks like a very light yellowish, almost like orangish kind of color for the loincloth or whatever that kind of clothing this Wolf's Bane is wearing. But very cool. Okay. Again, it's all scratched off, so I can't really see what this is. But at the bottom, again, it's 2002 WizKids. But this is some kind of wizard, or actually what I want to do is, let's see if we can, once it goes for a hard focus, there we go. See a little bit of the detailing of the chest there, and there is a face there, of course, with the white paint and the eye sockets. And he's got his staff with like some kind of red ruby at the top. Very cool. You know, and again, these are very D&D kind of reminiscent of figures. And he's got some type of there on his, around his belt, like some kind of blue jewels and stuff. But yeah, very cool looking figure. The next one I've got here, again, all scratched off so I can't see, but some type of ogre or monster. There you go. Very cool looking. Love the blue eyes and the blue horns. Some really good detailing there. And he's got like some spikes in the back of his spine there. Very nice. Let's see this one. Again, this one says Checkmate Agent is all it says. And once, there we go. I'm really just as off subject here, just working with this brand new high definition Canon camcorder. This is so much easier to work with, more than my professional standard just camera. Just because, you know, a camera is supposed to be used for camera, not so much as a camcorder type of recording device. And just to work with the high definition camcorders makes this so much easier. And let me turn this around. It does have a slight, just the way I really don't like the way that this is like slanted like that. It's not bent. It's just the way it was like molded on or whatever. Now this one could actually be like a steampunk type of figure. It does say Emotep Incinerator number 27. But this is like, if you want to go for like a steampunk, almost like an apocalyptic type of toy photos, this is actually an awesome figure to do that with. And I just love that figure there. And I'll get, so you see some of the detailing in his, like his incinerator barrel there. And actually there's some detailing there on the end cap there, and then on the hose. But very, very cool for a toy photo if you want to get into some like apocalyptic type of setting. Okay, let's see, the next one that I have, what does this say? It says, all it says is Boomerang. Okay, and so just a simple little figure there. And I apologize if I just nudged the camera there, just because I'm trying to get this in front of the camera as best as possible. So very cool, and I'll show you the back of this figure. He's got some boomerangs on the side of his belt there. He's got one in the hand. Okay, I'll set that over there. And I just have a few more Heroclix, and then I'll be showing you some D&D type of pewter figures that he got me. This one is a Dwarven it says Dwarven Jarl, and he actually looks like the one that I showed just a little bit ago, the Dwarven Fuser. Here's that one that I showed just a little bit ago. Once it does a hard focus. So there's that one, and then here is this one, which I actually like this one just a little bit better because I like that whatever kind of weapon that he's holding, and I like how he has this red loincloth that's draped over the back of his body, and then he's got the red flag at the end of his weapon. And let's see if we can do a little bit more of a hard focus. There we go. So very cool figure. This next one is an awesome figure, and I know who's going to think this is really awesome is Overlord, but these are not up for trade. Just to get that out there, because I do like these for my toy photos, and actually just for collecting, just because, not so much for the Heroclix gameplay, just to collect these, just because they are actually like cool little minifigures. So there is an awesome gargoyle type of winged creature. And I'll show you some of the detailing in his wings and his back, and actually his, as you can see, so if I can have the light hit it just right so you can see all the little scales and all the little like, even if like I'm running my finger down the back of his wings, it is like rigid, it's not smooth, so there is like a little bit of detailing there with the little ridges in his tail and his wings, so it's very cool. And as you can see, there's some like yellowish, goldish kind of tint color to the wings, and even on the inside of his wings when the light hits it right. So very awesome. Okay, the last Heroclix I have is the best one, and that's why I'm showing it last. And like the Heroclix I've shown you have no articulation at all, and this last one actually has articulation in let's see, 1, 2, 3. Right now all I can see is articulation in 3 points, but this, let me actually back out of this just a little bit further so you can see the whole figure, and then I'll get up close to show some detailing. But this is an awesome figure, and actually it says Agromech. There you go. Okay, number 69. But as you can see, and I want to get just a little bit closer here, so let's see if we can just zoom in. So as you can see, there is some articulation, and these blades do not rotate, they are stationary. But you can see that at the end of his I'll say at the end of his hand, it's not a hand, but there's a blade right there, and then there is a double blade like near his shoulder there, and here's the articulation for one of his arms, and then you can see some detailing right there with the ridges. And then the second point of articulation is in his other arm. Okay, so you can see there's a grabber there. And then I want to see, it's almost like a fogged type of window. There is a slight glare at the top there, but it does look like they put a person in there. And let's see if we can go in really close there. And it looks like there's a person in there. I mean, it really does. Okay. And then I'll show you the back. There is detailing of the like a team symbol or whatever that would be. And then you can see some detailing in the back, and then even these gears here in the back, and then near the feet and legs, some really good just detailing and paint. And actually it's actually like probably like my favorite Heroclix that I have so far. So that is very awesome just to have that. And let me back out a little bit. Okay, so next I have just a small little handful of D&D type of pewter figures that he picked up. And actually, before I show that, I forgot I had this. This was in the bag that he gave me, and I don't know what it is. But it's just some type of little plastic made in China figure. It looks like it, like at the top of something. But, and I apologize for that camera shake there. So there you go. Okay. So now the D&D pewter figures that I have. Let's see. This first one looks like he's I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go up close with this here, so you can see what it is. And once there we go for a hard focus. I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of wizard-ish. I mean, it just the face looks like some kind of wizard. You know, like some of the D&D lovers like Count and like Dr. Twisted would know. Maybe even T-Biz, or maybe even Overlord would know too. But a very cool pewter figure. And my next pewter figure, D&D, is a skeleton warrior, and he has like this long staff, and once it goes for a hard focus, there we go. So you can see there is some slight detailing in that face where you can see it is a skeleton underneath. I mean, you really gotta get up close just to see that, so that you can kind of see it mix out as a skeleton right there. The face. Good detailing. You can see that he has a sword on his belt. So very, very cool. And even that hair, like that hair piece for the helmet. So very neat. Okay, this next one is definitely some kind of warlock or wizard. And let's go for that hard focus camera. There we go. And there you go. So you can see, you can make out a face and his cloak, and he's got just some really neat detailing there. He's got some kind of, looks like a dagger at the end of his belt there hanging down. Okay, just to show you a 360 of this figure here. So very, very cool. Alright, this next one is like a little this little guy here, hard foot. There we go. Camera works great. Love this. Quick focusing. Okay, so you got some really good detailing with this guy here. He's got his crossbow in his hand, and he's got that he's got an awesome staff with the face on it. I'll show you that. There we go. And then I'll show you the other side of that staff. So very, very cool. And then he's got some type of, since he has a crossbow, he's got his little arrow quiver little thing. And you can kind of make out, I guess that'd be chainmail a little bit. There you go. So very cool. Now these next two are painted. One is definitely a pewter figure, and this one I'm going to show you right now is like a very light plastic painted figure, which I don't know what it is because it's not dated, but it looks like it was snapped off of something. But there you go. That is cool. I like that. So very, very cool. And I'll show you here. See, it looks like it was snapped off of something right there, maybe. And let's see, like right there. But still very cool. I mean, it can be just used for a toy photo, an awesome toy photo. I just like that face. There you go. Okay. And then the last one to show you, which is a very heavy pewter figure that is painted, and it's actually got some detailing of grass at the bottom of the base, which I'll show you. So right there, got this awesome figure with a bow in his hand. You can see like the red face, and he's got that big long black hair. He's got like a brownish cloak, and then he's reaching for his arrows there that are red tipped, or not red tipped. I'm sorry, that would be the end of the arrows, because the point of the arrows would be in the bottom of the quiver bag. And as you can see there, let's see if I can hold this figure right to show you. So they glued on some moss type of grass. Actually, let's see if I can get this in camera just a little bit better to show you. So they added just like that deep green moss kind of detailing to it, which actually makes it a little bit better of a figure. Because I'll show you here. See, there's the metal bottom or pewter bottom, whatever that is. But just to give it a lot more detailing, they added that grass, which makes it a great looking figure. So that is everything that my friend got me, and I hope you enjoyed that. I know some of my friends in the Collectors Talk trading circle are going to enjoy looking at these figures. And speaking of which, down in the description below is all my friends in the Collectors Talk trading circle. Check out all their vintage toy videos and their toy pickup videos. And subscribe to them, like their videos, check out their videos. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you like and want to see more of these videos. And just keep on collecting. You know, it's fun to collect vintage toys. And so just keep on collecting and just keep playing with those toys and photographing those toys, because that's what I like doing too. So until next time, this is Bosko saying see you later.